Hello YouTubers, it is Saturday morning and Rosie girl has already been working in here. As you can see, she started putting blocking in there, and there, all the way around. She's coming around over here now. Fill that piece in, she's going to fill that in, that, and then one more.
You got a lot done this morning.
There's the champion,
hey.
There's the champion of the day.
Taking over, huh? Good morning.
What are you doing? Good morning.
Ooh.
Say hello YouTubers, what are you doing?
Good, we're putting the blocking around the side so we got good support for the mortar bed and the builder's paper that's going to go up to keep the moisture from being absorbed by the wood. We need to underblock underneath of that over there, you can see. We don't want the mortar going down in a weird angle, flowing down there. And then we got a frame out for the glass block window over here. We're going to have to put a compound header on top of that, and then we're going to frame out for the medicine cabinet over here. And we're going to block for the sink, put some blocking on there for the sink. So we got miles to go today. And then you and I were talking about maybe an architectural detail for the ceiling up there. Instead of losing all that natural light there, take it down to something that looks really ultra-modern, cool looking. No round. Jen says this is not a place for round here. This is all contemporary corners, very masculine sort of look to it. Very streamlined, as you call it.
So we already carry our roundness about with us.
We wear it on our chests. So we'll be thinking about that. We'll be doing something cool up there, you can believe that. So it'll be ultra cool. So anybody has any idea for shapes or anything like that, it's got to be angles and stuff. So it'll be cool. We're thinking our last thought is a narrow strip. Maybe 8 inches wide that goes spans across there. And it'd be really nice to give an overhead detail and let some more light into it. So it'll be good. Light and bright, like you.
The gorgeous photos that Bob sent us made it easy to identify. From the Semester, Bruce, welcome to Garden Talk, live at Chaos Art.
All right, let me get back to work.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, whoa, hi. Yeah, we got all the blocking done on the sides here. We kept the lateral in here. Everything's all good. So we're just making some. I'm just making some decisions now about getting the rest of this done. As we talked about under here, you can see it's going to need some infill down there. So I got some of this 1x stuff here, and I take a couple pieces, the 2 3/4 inches of plywood, put that in there too, and then glue that and infill it and screw that down there. So, decisions about what to do. The other alternative, we can sit this down, this stick here, and just put our builder paper on top of it, because a lot of our mortar is going to come to the top. It's hard to visualize now, but you see the drain here, and make sure everybody can see that. Because to get good drainage here, we can't just have a flat floor in here. When we put down the first mortar bed, it has to slope here. It has to come up here. For every foot that it climbs towards this wall, there needs to be 1/4 inch of rise, okay? And that means all the water will move towards the drain, and we don't want any low spots. Same thing here. This is about 15 inches from the center of the drain to the wall over here. So what that means is that for every 1/4 inch, or excuse me, every foot, and that's about 1 1/4 feet, it's got to rise 1/4 inch plus 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch on top of that, which is like what, 4, 5, 6,
16.
Yeah, something like that. 6/16 or 3/8 of an inch. So that way you get things draining towards the middle. So that's the plan anyway. And if we do that, I got all the fixings for the mortar bed and all that stuff. I got the wire lath and everything in the car for tomorrow. Got 165 pounds of mortar and the builder paper and all that stuff we need, but we've got to secure these corners and this side some more So when we go to pour that mortar in, it just doesn't force the builder's paper out to the side under there and then have some cracking. We can't have that, okay? That's the deal.
Very good.
That's the deal. All right.
Love and Fair Time. The Sonoma County Fair. 16 days of far-out fun.
What are you doing?
I'm getting the frame out of here for the window. Got kind of an odd size. I don't want to have to take apart the whole wall to frame in. So I got a 1 3/4 inch on this side. So I got to put two 1/2-inch pieces over here, and that'll give us about our 11 3/4 rough out size for our window here, and then we'll put our support blocking underneath of that, so that the load will never be carried by the window. It will be carried by the frame around it. So that's the important thing here. So. Okay.
Very good.
Any other questions?
No.
You're dismissed.
Very well. So, Rosie girl said to go in there and check something out. So.
Well, I finished the frame and it's all good and square, so when the glass block window comes, it'll be a simple matter of getting that set in there and then shimming on the two sides 1/4 inch and getting the shims in and setting them, and then cutting back the siding on the outside once we take the sawzall and go through. So that's also, be careful, that's also above the skirt line on the outside.
Put good support underneath here, so actually
Transmitting any of the stresses should be transmitted around the window. You can see the top header up there, and it's not,
That's a
ideally you have
triple
2x4s, but this is such a small window that it's not gonna.
once again you did an amazing job.
Well, we got to do what we got to do. I didn't want to rebuild the whole wall and have to shift out the studs and move them to the sides and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a matter of taking working with what you have, and I did have to go get some half-inch stock there to put on the side to sort of shim that up and raise that, bring that width in some, but that's all perfectly good, so I feel confident that it'll be a very safe window. It'll never explode under earthquake stress or anything like that, plus the shimming of it allows a little give for the wood to use to shim that in. So next we've got to think about the medicine cabinet, and that's going to be a more major job. To do that, we don't have to worry about any extra precautions like we do about a window, but we do have to make sure we get that centered properly and get that figured properly. And we're gonna have to remove the pictures on the other side, and there likely will be damage that gets transmitted through, and we're gonna have to mud that up, and then when everything's all done, probably paint that wall again there and everything. So.
That's I can do painting.
Yeah, I know you can do painting better than anybody, so that's awesome. So, all right.
So we're happy.
Yeah, we're happy. I think Jen's pretty happy. I mean, I couldn't see putting the mortar bed down tomorrow and then saying, oh, I got to go in there and do all that work on top of the mortar bed. I want to make sure when that window comes, we just take that sawzall and cut it out, and that's it.
Cut that out there.
Yeah. And then
cut it out, and then put the new window in,
get that
right?
in. We get that shimmed in nice and good, and we are good to go. All we have to remember is to have that 3/4 of an inch this way towards the room, because we're going to have the cement backer board there as well as the tile finish. So we've got to make sure
It'll
the
be
window on
flush,
this side will be perfectly flush with
inside,
our finishes.
yeah.
And that way we get no water intrusion whatsoever.
Right. Very good. So
Okay.
you worked very hard.
Yeah, I did hammer some nails today, so I'm sure my hand's going to go ballistic here a little
You
bit. but
worked really hard.
I want to move forward and try to finish this framing today. This should be a bit faster than over there, because as I told you, that one stud was so bowed. It's 3/4 of an inch going halfway
That
down the
one
frame.
here.
It's 3/4 of an inch less width at the center than it was at the top and the bottom. So I had to shim that in and make that level there to fit properly. You know the way I am. I'm anal retentive. You've got to get stuff square and level and perfect. Because when we go to fit the cement board on that, we don't want any problems with fitting and all. It's tough to cut cement board.
There's nothing wrong with being anal compulsive
Well, anal retentive.
or retentive.
Compulsive. compulsive means I probably have a fixation on the, so, which ain't true.
So you're anal retentive.
Yeah, anal retentive, you want to have things just perfectly, and
So what am I then?
do it.
What am I? I'm just a sicko, huh?
What are you doing, huh? Oh, you're holding up this whole business here, huh? Get the old lady out of here shooting this movie. All right, yeah, I'm feeling good. We're gonna go look at some dimensions for some medicine cabinets now, and then see what we're going to do over here. Roger that?
Roger that. Hey, hello tubers. I'm back real quick. I'm gonna show you. Rosie girl cut off this and this 2x4 that came up all the way up here. Cut it off here. Cut it off here and here. And she put new 2x4 up down here. And then new down 2x4 all the way down here. You can see 1, 2, all the way down, new 2x4s. And then she put a 2x4 square under here. There's the mirror. That looks like the door. And you can see there's a 2x4. Oh, maybe you can see it there, 2x4 there. So we got now a box. And the new medicine cabinet will be the exact same size as the old one. So we got now, instead of having the box here, the medicine cabinet here, it's centered over the new sink here. So we got everything cleaned up, everything swept, and here's all the round that she did all today here. Incredible job. And then she got, this box done here, and that was a lot of work. And now this is the final piece right here, so we are now pretty much done with that kind of work. So guess what? I'm excited. So anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos to come. And as always, comment, rate, subscribe. Much love from us both. Toodles!